Hello, my name is Ben Watara, and welcome to the I Am Possible podcast. In today's episode, I'd like to talk about the word problem. Yes, the word problem. So, not about problems in general, but specifically the word, because words have a very big meaning. We attach emotions to words, we create images in our minds connected to words. And depending on how we use a word, we'll feel differently and we look at things in a different way. And a lot of people say, this is a problem. Automatically, there is a negative feeling. There is a feeling of helplessness. There's a feeling of there's nothing that can be done because it's a problem. And I heard the definition change, like a change of mindset, that you look at the word problem and you say, this is a challenge. For example, if you look at the word challenge, now it means that, okay, there's something that's challenging me. It's not easy, but I need to find a solution for that problem. But then I heard another definition of it that I like even more, which is opportunity. A problem is an opportunity. And you might ask yourself, what do you mean a problem is an opportunity? If you look at that situation that you call a problem and you think it's an opportunity, automatically it makes you think in a different direction. Problem is end of story. It's like, I want to lose weight, but I don't have time. That's a problem. So that's it. If now you look at it as an opportunity, you might look, how can not having time be an opportunity? It will make you look in a direction of how could this be an opportunity for growth? How could the limitation that I see right now, I don't have money, I don't know enough, I don't know where to start, what to do, how can this be an opportunity? It's an opportunity for growth. Every problem is a question that doesn't have an answer yet. And once you find that answer, once you release the energy that is trapped within the problem, because I really believe that every problem has energy that is trapped within it. You're frustrated, you're stressed, but as soon as you know how to solve that thing, now you're relieved, now you're happy, like, wow. So after you close that thing, after you solve that problem, after you found that answer, energy is released. You're more confident. If the same thing comes again, now you know how to solve it because you already did it before. And if you really think about it, when we were in school as children, like imagine now you have a child and that child is going to school and the teacher tells you, we're going to give that child a lot of problems to solve, like math equations, for example. That's a problem that the child has to solve. Doesn't know how to do it. Now you receive some information and you receive a problem and you need to solve it. And the teacher tells you that we're going to give your child more problems to solve this year than last year. You're going to think, wow, that's amazing, because when he learns how to solve these problems, he's going to become smarter. He's going to get more confidence. He's going to, acquire more skills. We can see that in other people. When we see that someone overcame so many obstacles, went through so many situations that didn't know how to face, and they came out of it and they learned something and they grew. You look at it and you're like, wow. Every movie you look at, and there is a hero. That hero is always overcoming obstacles, fighting opponents or situations, dealing with situations that they don't know how to deal with. If they knew how to deal with it, there wouldn't be any fun. It wouldn't be no excitement. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the hero of the story. And we can see it when other people have problems and challenges. But we don't want to see it when we have problems and challenges. We don't want these problems, even though we know that they will make us grow. And that is so paradoxical because, you see, the thing that is important is that you don't want the problem. You don't want it. You don't want to accept it. And I think that the biggest step towards making the impossible possible is to look at reality, look at what's in front of you, and accept it. And then say, you know what? I have the responsibility to transform that. I'm going to take on that challenge, because people that don't accept what's in their life are the ones that complain. They talk about how they wish things were and why does this happen to me and this person's fault. It's this person's fault that I'm in that situation, and they just try to blame outside forces, blame their parents, blame the educational system, blame society, blame everything else. They don't take responsibility. And they don't want to deal with the situation that is in their life. But no matter what it is, if you don't have the relationship that you want, if you're maybe overweight, maybe you're not in a financial situation, maybe you're in debt, maybe you don't have the educational level to be able to do what you want. Whatever it is, it's a fact that you are there right now. But not confronting it is going to make it 100% fact that it's going to be exactly the same in 1 year and exactly the same in 5 years. And just wishing that things were better is not going to do anything. You have to actually start doing something. Now, what can you do? Because it's great to say, okay, a problem is just a question that doesn't have an answer yet. But how do you really approach that? I believe that every problem, when you look at it as an opportunity, will show you the direction you need to go. Because a lot of people look at something that's in front of them as a very big general thing. I want to lose weight, but I don't have no time. I don't know how to do it. I've tried it before. It doesn't work. Or I don't have the money to join a gym membership. Or I don't have, I simply can't do it. Or they want to start a new career. I don't like my job. I'm really unhappy. I'm not making the money that I want. And I know it's not leading anywhere. But I don't know. I can't just quit and start something new, because what they're looking at is very vague. It's very big. It's very scary. But because it is very vague, you can't really break it down. So one of the most important things is to really look at the situation that is in front of you. You take a piece of paper and you start writing down. Where are you right now? What are the facts in your life? And be honest to yourself, because the truth will set you free. But also, the truth sometimes hurts. Sometimes we don't want to confront what is really the situation of my life right now. Ignoring it and acting like it's not true is not going to change reality. So just look at it and just write it down. Don't make it worse than it is, but don't lie to yourself and make it better than it is. Acknowledge it. If you're overweight, you had 50% body fat, you need to look at the facts. Ignoring it is not going to change anything. So look at the facts, because now you can do something. If you're $100,000 in debt, look at the facts and then you can really work on it. Now what you want to do is you write down what your goal is. Where do you want to be? What is your ideal situation? The ideal picture you want to paint? And now you'll realize that there is a very big gap between where you are right now and where you want to be. That can be very frustrating sometimes. But don't focus only on the gap. Look at what the problems are specifically that you can identify right now. There might be many things that you need to do on that journey, but you want to focus on what you can see from where you're standing right now. Let's take the example of losing weight. Let's say you want to lose weight and you say, I don't have no time, or I don't have no money to join a gym membership or to get a trainer. I don't know how to train. I don't know where to train. Each single of these problems, quote unquote problems, you write them down. And now you try to write down a solution for that problem. What could it be? And don't make it perfect. You say you don't have time. How could you get more time? If you start to really look at your week and you really look at it and really break it down, you will find time. It's not an excuse. You will find the time. It's just because you're very general. But once you start to break it down, you'll find the time. You say you don't have money. How much money do you really need? What can you do with less money? Now you start to really look at this one part that you think is a problem, but within that problem, once you start to look at it, you'll find opportunities. Maybe you don't know, but you might find something when you start to research. Maybe you can communicate with someone. If you say, I don't know how to train, well, this is something that you can find online. You can ask someone that you know. You say you don't have money. What else can you exchange? I had so many situations in my life where I didn't have the money at a certain time to be able to get what I wanted, but I could trade it for something else, because there is something you know, and there is someone else that knows what you need, and you can exchange that. But that is a way of solving it. Once you start to look at it, you can find a way. But when you look at it from far and you say, this is too big, I don't know how to do it, I don't know where to start, I don't know anything. Now you're looking at this general thing, you're looking at where you are, where you want to be, it's too big, I don't know where to start. And the easiest way is to just take a distance from it, call it a problem, now you don't have to tackle it. It is an opportunity, because every single element of it will give you a direction where you can go. And if you don't know what direction to go, you can communicate with someone. And communication can be also researching. You can research online, or you can ask someone that has more information than you. And all of a sudden, you can have the next step that you can do. And that is very important. You don't need the next 100 steps. You just need the next step. And once you go that step, you get more information and you readjust and you get the next step and you get the next step. Just like the child in school that is doing one math problem and the next one and the next one. From grade to grade, you become better and better. Then you look back at something you did 2 years ago, and it's so easy. It is almost a joke when you look at it, how simple it is. But right now, you have something in front of you that is to the level that you reached a challenge. And once you overcome that, you'll have more confidence, more capability, but you will always find the next level. And now it's challenging again. And you see, I went in my life through so many situations that I called a problem first. I had a film production company and I had a very big project that I needed to do. And I was working with a team of freelancers. And those freelancers in the last minute quit on me. Like, I was working with a team of 2 people and they had another project that they agreed with. And when I needed them, they're like, oh, I'm sorry. I told you that I can, but I have to cancel last minute and I can't do it. Now I had a client that I already promised that I'm going to be able to do the project. I had a deadline. I didn't have that much time. And I was like, wow, this is a problem. Like, how am I going to do that? This is the people that I work with and that I've been working with in the past. Now to find new people, all this. And I looked at each and every single element of it. And because of that situation, I found new people. I started to look and I found new people. And I found people that were cheaper, that were better and worked faster than the ones that I had before. And all of a sudden, one of them in that team even had a skill that the other one didn't have. They were able to do 3D animations. And while I saw that, I was like, oh, wow. Now, all of a sudden, I started to see that through solving that situation that kept me in my comfort zone that I had before, now I had a bigger team, a better team, and I was able to deliver more for my clients. And then I started to develop that more and more. So a lot of times we have a situation in our life that forces us to grow, but we don't want it. We call it a problem. We complain about it. We say, why does this happen to me? I don't want that. But once you face that thing and you really follow the direction that it is showing you, it might get you to a place and it might turn you into a person that you will love. You will love the outcome of the whole journey once you face the problem. And you'll realize that all the problems in your life led you to become better. Just like in sports. If you play basketball against an opponent that you can easily beat, it's not a problem. It's not a challenge, but it's not an opportunity for growth. But if you face someone that is much better than you, skills-wise, speed-wise, accuracy-wise, then you might call it a problem. And you might not realize that challenging and playing against that opponent is going to make you better and better and better and better. And all of a sudden you surpassed everyone else. And you became the best basketball player that you can be. So all the problems that you face on your journey to reaching your goal, whatever your goal is, help you to become the best version of yourself. They are the biggest teacher. They are the biggest supporter that you can have if you just recognize them as such. It's not a problem, it is an opportunity. And every single of them is going to help you to grow. And that is the motto. Until you stop breathing, never stop to grow. And always remember, I am possible.